the kids to bed,
Yeah,
and I came down here and I let the dog out. I'm like, there is like a half inch of snow on the ground.
we got hail today.
We got hail pretty bad.
Oh
I guess
yeah,
it wasn't like bad because I mean, it's Washington, but they were the biggest hail pieces I've seen in a while.
yeah. Were they like penny size?
They weren't that big, no. They were still pretty small, but I mean, they were like pebble sized.
Yeah, like river rock, kind of like that small,
Yeah, they
small
were
little
just
river rock.
yeah, they were really little, but we were standing out there and it wasn't coming down too hard. And then all of a sudden it just started dumping buckets of the stuff.
Dang.
So we went and we got a little bowl and filled it up with let Jolene fill up her little bowl full of hail, and she brought it in and was playing with it on the table.
That's cool.
Oh man, yeah, it was it was crazy. And then yeah, now it's like it's not sticking to the road though, so that's good.
Yeah, that's a bonus. That
So I
would
don't
be
know.
interesting for Caitlin in the morning.
She's okay in the snow. I drive a slammed front wheel drive minivan.
Yeah,
So I would probably have to hurry up and get all the car seats in the back of the truck.
yeah. That's crazy.
Yeah, it's wild, man. It's the middle of April.
I know, right? Like, here we go. We can't even get, we had that blast of summer weather, and then we're going
Yeah.
right back into the nasty.
Well, it was funny. I think it was 2 birthdays ago. 2 years ago for Penelope's birthday. She's turning either 3 or 4. Her birthday's April 10th. And so we got her like, a bunch of outside like bubbles, sandbox toys, sidewalk chalk for her birthday. And we look outside and it's snowing. And we're like, sorry, you can't play with any of this.
Man, that sucks. You have to postpone it for a little while.
Yeah, it was like 2 weeks later. We were finally able to get outside in a little bit of sun.
Dang.
What is,
Well, at least you were able to use it.
what is going on with my hair today? My goodness.
It's all over the place.
Oh, I know.
No hats today.
Yeah, I was gonna put one on, but then I was like, I don't know. I was enthralled by the snow, so I forgot to grab mine.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Wearing hats all the time. I didn't wear a hat the other day, and our second level was like, who, what, Brian? And I'm like, yeah, because I'm always wearing hats, like no
Yeah,
matter what.
yeah. If I don't, do my hair, right, I'm wearing a hat. I just got a Bass Pro hat the last weekend, so I've been rocking that.
I have like five Bass Pro Shop hats in like different
Yeah,
colors and different fonts. I love them so much.
yeah. Well, it's funny when Caitlin worked in California, she brought me one, and I wore that one for a while, and then we moved here and I couldn't find a bunch of my hats for a while, and that was one of them. And so finally we went to the zoo last weekend, and then we went to Bass Pro because I had a $50 gift card from Father's Day, last Father's Day. And so I finally, it's funny because when she got me that hat, we didn't have one up here yet. It hadn't opened up yet, so I was like, "Oh, this is cool," like we don't have Bass Pro up here yet. So then, but now we have one. So I was like, "Oh, I'll finally get one of these old school Bill Dance style ones."
Nice.
And then everybody got one, so that was cool.
Yeah. I have to order all my hats.
Yeah,
Yeah, I order all of them. I don't know, there's just something about the fit of the Bass Pro Shop hats that I like. I don't know
yeah,
what it is. It just like I like the fit. The snapbacks work really good for me. So it just I don't know. I just like wearing them and they're cheap.
yeah,
They're
yeah. They
cheap.
are. It was like $9. So
With how much I sweat at work, it's like I have the $5
yeah,
ones or the 5.99 ones and then I have the $10 ones.
yeah. And you guys don't have a Bass Pro here, but you guys have Bob's.
Yeah, we
I
do have Bob's.
I miss Bob's. I want to go to Bob's so bad.
Well, when you come down to hang out,
I,
we can go over to Bob's.
gosh, yeah, that's the plan.
When's the
Oh,
last
excuse me.
time you went on a vacation and actually felt relaxed?
How old are my kids? Oh, boy, 7. Say like 7 years ago.
Yeah,
I think the last time we went on vacation without kids, it wasn't really a vacation, but we went to Minnesota, and I don't know that I necessarily felt relaxed, but we did. We had a good time. I love going to Minnesota.
yeah.
Yeah, her dad's got a cabin out there on some lake, and it's on 10 acres of land. So we go out there, and I don't remember how many. He's got like 7 boats now.
Dang.
So we go out there. We got on the boat fishing. We went out to where they grew up, which they grew up in really small little towns, like Bowabic. It's like a town of
Yeah.
300 people or something like that.
So like the size of Buckley
Yeah,
or
maybe,
maybe.
maybe even smaller. Yeah,
Dang.
it's really small. It's and then we're out there. There's the NHL Hall of Fame out there and stuff like that. So it was a really cool spot.
Nice. I think Ashley and I just went on a trip. Well, I wouldn't say a trip, but it was a marriage retreat, but we were able to like have some like free time to like roam around and we were down in Seaside, Oregon.
Nice.
So, and then we went down to Cannon Beach one day and got tattoos another day. So
Yeah.
it was cool because we had like the free time to just like spend with us as our mother-in-laws watched the boys together and helped us out so we could, take that
Nice.
little trip away. It was only just like a weekend trip, but it was still definitely nice, to get away and just have that time.
Yeah, for sure.
Welcome back to the Husband Hangout. Today we're talking about vacations, what we think they'll be versus what they actually are.
And they never are. They never what you think they're going to be.
No, never.
And if you'll notice, this is our first episode where I am facial hair free.
I didn't even realize. Dang.
Yeah, I was trying to trim my mustache a little bit and things got a little crazy, so I gotta start over.
Oh man, I know when I trim my beard, if I mess up, I just stop. I stop trimming it and then I'll come back to it the next day. Like that's one of my biggest things is like trying to make sure that it's like nice, but I don't mess it up because that's a lot of growth just
Yeah, oh yeah. Yeah, I was just trying to get a little bit off of my lip, and I
yeah,
ended up getting this side like way too high. And I was like, oh, that looks terrible.
just we'll restart.
So I was like, we'll start from scratch. Now I look like I'm friggin' 21 years old again.
Looks good though.
Yeah, that's what my neighbor says. I don't know. You can see
Your
my
butt,
butt
but
chin.
you can't see mine. I've hidden mine for the last, I don't know, I think 12 years now. So yeah, strategic butt chin hiding.
Yeah, all right. Yeah, I'm crimson chinning it over here.
So pre-kid vacations versus now.
Oh yeah. So we didn't really go on a ton of vacations. Even like growing up, we never really did. And then with Caitlin, we done a few. Like we've been to like Ocean Shores, and where else have we gone? Minnesota. We've gone to Leavenworth, and it is a lot easier without kids. It's easier to just and when we were younger too. So like if we wanted to go out to a bar or something, we could just go out to a bar. Like I don't drink anymore at all, so now it's not a big deal. But back then we go out have a few at the bar or whatever, and then and then now it's like, is this a vacation or are we just you know have our kids just in a more expensive place. Yeah, but the kids love it, and that's my big thing is if the kids are having a good time, wearing themselves out, getting themselves tired, not sitting in front of a TV. I'm like, hey, it is what it is.
Yeah. I think Ashley and I we went to Texas, we went to Disneyland twice, and we went to Hawaii and Mexico before the kids.
Okay, so you
So
guys really vacation.
we went once a year and around our anniversary or after our anniversary to, kind of get out. And then we didn't take our first trip until, which is going to sound really bad, but we took our 2-month old, our second born 2-month old to Hawaii.
Wow.
Yeah. So that
Okay.
was our first real trip with both boys. And let me tell you what, it was very interesting
I
because
bet.
the 2-month old, he did great. He
Yeah.
maybe fussed here and there, but the airplane ride over and back, he just slept and he had his bottle and it worked perfect with him. And, while we were there, we had a couple of hiccups, but other than that, I mean, I was actually very surprised at how well the trip actually went. But we did
Yeah.
have a lot of support because we had both our parents that came with us and we all split a 3-bedroom house. So it actually kind of worked out pretty good.
Nah, okay. Yeah, usually when if we go like to like Seabrook or something, we'll get a house, and usually like at minimum, like my dad and my stepmom will be there. Or a few times we've went and like my whole like dad's side of the family's there. So I've got like two aunts, two uncles, my grandma, my grandpa, my dad, my son. They're all there. It is a little bit easier when you have those
But
extra
yeah,
hands.
get that support. Take them. Go.
Yeah,
I'm
well, it's
running.
it's really funny too because like when we're there, they're like, oh, we'll watch your kids for you. You guys go, go out, do what you got to do, spend some time together. But I was like, when I'm there, I'm like, but I want to take my kids out and I want to go take the kids to go do something. I want to hang out with my kids. But then yeah, there's usually one or two times where yeah, it's like just somebody take them. I don't want to see them. I like we gotta go do something. Let's go get some lunch or something.
It's at the wrong time when they want you to go out. It's like, no,
Yeah,
I'm good right now. But when you're like, yeah, I need a break now, and they're like, oh no, we got plans. We're gonna go do something.
yeah. Well, we didn't think you needed help, so we just decided to go make plans. Like, no, now is when I need help. Now it's like now they're tired and mean. Now they're all cranky. Now I want to get away.
The relaxing trip wasn't that relaxing.
It never is. Not since having kids. It's funny because I hear you hear like a lot of the horror stories. It's like, oh, the kids were awful the whole time, and it's like, yeah, they're kids, whatever. Maybe we just got lucky because ours really aren't that bad
Hmm.
out. We're on vacation and stuff like that. So it's like, no, they're not really relaxing because we are just kind of raising our kids in a more expensive place.
Yeah.
But oh, they're still good. They're still
Yeah.
fun. Except for
It's oh
Julian had a massive meltdown the last time we were at the beach.
man.
So we had to she's pretty good about if we can distract her with like asking her what color things are, she calms down pretty quick. But man, this time it was the end of the world. It was World War III for her.
No,
So we just had to ride it out for like 40 minutes.
man. That kind of goes right into travel stress, packing flights,
Oh yeah,
timing, keeping the kids preoccupied so we can get stuff done and different things like that.
yeah. The good thing is I don't fly. There is nothing about airplanes that I like. And so I've made it very clear that like, hey, if we're gonna go somewhere, it's got to be travel to by car or
Yeah.
maybe train. But yeah, I'm like I'm not a flyer. I'm not good on planes. I don't know what it is about planes, but I do not do planes.
Talking to the guy that works on planes every day.
I worked in the aerospace industry for almost 10 years
Yeah.
before I quit working. So it's like, so I don't know. There's something about planes, man. I can't do it.
Yeah. I always
Caitlin's
feel there's
talking about taking Boyd out just to like maybe go to like Minnesota for a couple days, just so he kind of gets that experience.
yeah.
And I'm like, hey, have fun.
Oh, well, then I won't tell you that there's a new airlines that goes from Seattle over to Spokane and over to Portland.
Okay, all
It's a
right,
little nice, cool. I don't remember what planes they were, but they're like 10-seater planes
okay.
and they're pretty nice.
It's funny is my cousin's a pilot.
Yeah.
So he lives in Idaho now, but sometimes he works at Auburn. So he just flies for like whatever amount of time that he's working in Auburn. He just flies from Idaho to Auburn and back from Auburn to Idaho every day.
Oh, that's cool. That's cool. I got one of my family members up in Alaska has a float plane that
Cool,
they run scenic tours and they do flying cargo. So
nice,
it's pretty cool.
right on.
Traveling with kids, is it even a vacation or is it parenting in a new place?
I do think it is there's parenting in a new place when you have kids, at least for a while.
Yeah.
I will say though, traveling with kids, get the van or the wagon or the SUV or whatever you're driving that has the DVD player. That was so when I got the van, I wanted a sunroof. I was like, I want a
Hmm.
sunroof and I want leather. Those are like my two stipulations. I didn't get either of those. I got cloth and I got the DVD player instead of the sunroof. And I am so happy I got the DVD player because when we do go on long trips, it is nice just to have, hey, let's watch Frozen. Okay, Frozen, bam. And they're like calm and cool for the whole movie. Then the movie's done, they're like, okay, well, I go to the bathroom. It's like, okay, well, we're in Aberdeen now, so let's just go to the bathroom. And I go to the bathroom, and then we pop in, Minions or whatever. And then by the time Minions is over, we're at our destination. And they were cool the whole drive.
Nice.
And so now we're talking about we're going to go out to the beach again. And Boyd's like, well, can we get some, Godzilla movies to watch at the beach? I said, we will get whatever movies you guys want.
That's awesome. Yeah, long trips. We work out. We We give our kids their tablets most of the time for the trips to keep them preoccupied. And sometimes, like my oldest, he'll put the tablet down and like he'll talk to us or like look out the
Yeah,
window and kind of keep himself preoccupied. So most traveling for us is pretty good, other than him getting antsy towards the end, like when are we going to be there? You know, because he knows
yeah,
that we're going. You know, like we go out to the beach and he's just like, okay, like there's one landmark that I know, and he's like, where's the next one?
yeah. Yeah, yeah, and it, the tablets and DVD players, it's an art, not a science.
Yeah.
Because they start kind of recognizing like, okay, well, I know that this is near the area where we're going, so
Mm-hmm.
then they kind of realize, well, I've been in my car seat for a long time. I want to get out.
Yep.
And so then, yeah, usually like when we go to the beach, we'll stop at the Starbucks in Aberdeen,
Yeah.
and then we'll go to the bathroom, we'll get them like a cake pop or whatever, and that usually keeps them quiet for the next, I don't know, about 20 minutes, 30 minutes or so, and then yeah, after that, because then it's only like it's like a I think like 45 minutes maybe from there to the beach.
Yeah.
And
Nice.
so then, that after about that 30 minutes, then they're kind of realizing, okay, we should be getting close. Are we there? And then it's like, oh, hey, watch the movie. We're still watching the movie. Come on, watch the movie. Or Boyd loves reading. So now it's like, hey, here's a book.
Nice.
Keep yourself busy. Penelope's about reading. Like she can read, she likes some of it, but Boyd's pretty good about. He's like almost at a third grade reading level right now.
Oh, dang, nice.
And so he actually is. So the program they use is called Lexia, and it's a nationwide program. And so for first graders, he's in the top like 98 percentile of readers in the nation.
Nice.
So I'm like, that's pretty cool. So yeah, like he's reading. The other kids are reading like picture books, and he's got chapter books.
Oh, dang.
And so I'm like, all right, cool, man.
That's
You
awesome.
want to read? You want to read Hatchet? Like I'm trying to get him to read books that are going to make him like want to adventure. So
Yeah,
I'm like, hey, let's read Hatchet, let's read Into the Wild, buddy. And he's not quite there yet, but
he's getting there.
he's getting there. He's getting there quick. So
Nice.
next,
That's awesome.
so if I can get him a couple books for a trip, he's pretty happy about that. I'll keep him pretty calm for a while.
Nice. Yeah, Liam's been really big into coloring lately, which
Oh yeah,
is pretty cool. So we've got him a lot of coloring books, and he's Ashley just sent me some writing that he did before spring break, and I was like, where did that come from? Like, I haven't seen any of this, and I'm just like,
oh yeah,
he's writing like full sentences, and I'm just like, what?
yeah. And it's crazy because it does come out of nowhere. Because like right now, Jolene loves drawing. And when she started drawing, she drew like they were scary. The people she drew were scary. They had these big heads and these big eyes and these tiny mouths and these tiny little bodies. And it was like, why is my 3-year-old drawing these horrifying creatures? But then one day she starts bringing me pictures and they look more normal. And I'm like, when did this happen?
Yeah, it's
And
like
then
the
yeah,
transition that we don't
yeah.
expect or realize.
And I've got Boyd a couple of like how to draw XYZ. He has like a how to draw Pokemon and like how to draw dragons and stuff like that. And he's pretty good about looking at the steps they give you, and he'll follow them along. And he has there's a picture of like Butterfree floating around here that I'm like, for a 7-year-old, that's it was pretty good.
That's awesome.
So
Liam, Liam,
he loves all that too.
Liam likes doing the how-to draws on YouTube.
Oh yeah,
So they'll do the step-by-steps on showing you what to do, and he
yep.
does pretty good with those.
Have you seen on Disney Plus they have it's called like I think it's called like Sketchbook or something like that.
Yeah, I have. Yeah,
Yeah, Boyd was showing me those a little while ago too, and he was following along with them. I think he did like the Simba one, and he did the Genie one, and the Encanto one,
nice.
and yeah, it was pretty good. Turned out pretty good for for how old him and his sister are. I was like, "That's not bad, buddy. Keep at it."
Yeah. We actually just had a family friend. I don't know how long she was there for, but she was doing, I don't remember if it was an internship or like what she was doing over there, but she was in Florida at Disney drawing, like learning how to draw all the characters.
Nice.
And I was like, that is super cool. She's
That's
super
pretty cool.
talented.
I wish I knew where I put it, but Boyd drew a picture of a rainbow trout, and
Oh,
it's
really?
really good.
Nice.
And I'll have to see it. If anybody wants to see it, I'll post it up on our Facebook. If anyone wants to get a look at my masterful artist, a 7-year-old drawing his rainbow trout.
Oh, that's awesome. Well, trying to make memories versus just surviving the trip.
It starts out making memories.
I think we lucked out because of like 90% of the time we're making some good memories, I would
Yeah,
say. Just because we do have the trip. We wing it, but we kind of have it semi like planned out in our heads because we're like, oh, we'll go hang out at the beach and we'll go, make sandcastles and then we'll go look for shells. And then it's like once they get tired out, it's like, okay, let's go back and we'll go get some lunch and then hit up the arcade.
yeah.
So it's kind of like the same thing over that we do. It's like
I
the
miss that
routine.
arcade.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They're all over the place. They're awesome.
I used to love because we used to go there all the time. Well, not all the time, but we used to go there quite a few times back when I was growing up. And yeah, the arcade was always a hit.
Yeah. I think we lucked out on that.
Yeah, our arcade's kind of the same way. It's most of the time they're good, and like when we go to the beach, we'll go and we'll bring them like a kite, and so they like flying the kite, and we'll go out and we let them run out basically like as long as the water can only go up to their ankles. Once it gets above their ankles, they have to come back, and so they go run to the water and they run from the waves. And Boyd loves chasing the birds and stuff like that. But it was really cool the last time we were at the beach. Before we're coming home, the day we were coming home, we're like, let's go to the beach one more time. It's morning. Let's go to the beach before we go home. And we're down there. We found seriously like 100 full intact sand dollars.
Wow.
Some of them were still alive. Like I
That's
picked a
cool.
couple up and like I was like, this one looks kind of weird. And I was like, is this like glistening in the sun? And we're looking, and it's the little hairs on the bottom were moving.
Dang.
And I was like, oh, that one's still alive. So we're throwing it back, and it was really cool. They had over at Seabrook, the beach does isn't really rocky. It's like
Yeah.
all just flat, and so when the tide is out, they do make little tide pools, and there were these little clear fish in there, and Boyd was like amazed, and so that's just mostly making. Yeah, then there's those times where it's like they've been outside all day. Lunch was 4 or 5 hours ago, and they haven't had a snack, so they're hungry, they're tired, they're worn out.
Mm-hmm.
Then it's like, okay, now we're in survival mode.
So the
But we
switch.
went, yeah, oh yeah, and it's like immediately too. There's no like gradual. It's like just okay, I am tired, I am hungry, and now I am mad. And we went to the some little restaurant over at Seabrook, and I can't remember what it was called. I think it's called like the High Tide Grill or something like that. And they lost our order after they took it. They lost the ticket. And so we were there without food with three tired, hungry kids for seriously an hour and a half before they even brought our food.
Man.
And the only reason we stayed and didn't leave is because it was late enough that we were like, well, we can either back to the house and make something or find something else, and we still have to cook and eat and everything and then do our bedtime routine, or we can wait for our food. And finally I had to take Jolene was I had to take her outside, and she fell asleep while I was holding her outside, and I came back in and Boyd had fallen asleep at the booth.
No.
And so I was like, seeing the final lady, the waitress comes back and she's like, "Oh, sorry, I lost your order. We lost your ticket. It fell down under the counter, so we're gonna get that." I was like, "Okay, cool. So this is gonna be free, right?" Or like something, because we've been here for
Yeah.
an hour and a half. And she was like, "Oh no, you're paying full price." I was like, "Dang it, man, come on!"
Right. Something.
Like you did me dirty twice.
Yeah. It's
So
almost
that
like
that was that was survival mode for sure.
yeah. Oh man. Money and is it worth it? Are vacations worth the cost?
I guess it depends what the goal is, right? Because I mean, if the plan is to have some rest and relaxation, then no, it's not worth it because you still got to keep your kids alive.
Yeah.
And when we go, we usually let them go. There's a toy store. We'll let them go pick out a toy, and it's friggin' expensive because it's the only toy store there. So we got to pay for that. Or like when we were to Minnesota, Minnesota was worth it because all we really had to pay for was gas. Her dad paid for everything
Oh, that's cool.
because we stayed 2 nights at his cabin. And it was funny too because he hadn't even been there yet. He had just bought it. So he hadn't even seen it in person yet on the inside.
Yeah.
And so we got there. When we got there, we had met him at, I think it was like her uncle on her mom's side at his cabin on a different river or lake or something. We met him there, and then we had to follow him to go pick the keys up to his cabin So we got there for the first time. There was no beds, no couches, nothing. We had to stop at Walmart and get air mattresses, pillows, blankets, all that type of stuff.
See, and that's an adventure right there.
Yeah, yeah, right there. It was fun. It was 2 nights there, and then it was 2 nights at the Iron Ridge Lodge,
Nice.
which is a ski lodge, but it was summer, so there there's no skiing going on. And so yeah, he paid for all that. He paid for all the food and everything.
Oh, that's awesome. That
So that
sounds
was
like an
great.
awesome trip.
That was worth it. We went and we got little like weekend fishing licenses, and we went his cabin, walked about 50 feet. There's the lake.
Man, that sounds so awesome.
And so, like, I think the first night we were there, we went fishing and for just for a little bit, and then we went to dinner. And then that morning, we woke up, and he's coming into the cabin. He's like, "Look what I caught!" And he's got a pretty good sized walleye. And he's like, "Look what I just caught!" And I was like, "Oh, is that breakfast?" He's like, "No, they get way bigger than this. We're gonna get a bigger one." I was like, "Oh, hell yeah, dude, let's do this."
That's awesome.
It was a cool little vacation. It's less worth it. I mean, that's I don't think that's not the right phrase. Is it's still worth it? Because I mean, with kids, because you're making memories and everything. But if the
Mm-hmm.
goal is to, I'm gonna sleep all day, I'm gonna lounge around, no, you're not, buddy.
Mm-hmm.
Not unless you got someone there who's taking care of your kids for you.
You're gonna be making breakfast and getting
Yeah,
snacks and lunch and all the things.
their needs are the same, whether they're at home or at a hotel or at a, exotic beach. Their needs are
Yep.
still the same.
Yeah, I definitely agree. Cheap versus expensive trips. Yeah, that's so I'm 50-50 on that one because I'm totally down for a cheap trip, go out to the
Yeah,
beach, have a low key time, but I it might have been because I was spoiled as a kid. I got to go to Mexico a lot and to Hawaii, and I got to travel around as a kid. So I'm like, man, I just want to give my kids those same experiences. I don't
yeah,
remember a lot, but I do know that my parents have those memories
yeah.
of me being there with them, going and doing the different things in the different countries, or.
Yeah, no, you're absolutely right. Because I mean, we did growing up with on my mom's side. We didn't do too much. We were very poor. But on my dad's side, when I'd go with him, like we went out to Florida. We did like the Universal Studios. We did whatever their little like alligator thing is. They had like an alligator tour there. That was cool. Disney World's cool. And yeah, I don't remember a whole lot of it, but I know they do. Like my dad and my grandparents do because they bring it up.
Yeah,
Like, oh, remember when we were I'm like, I don't remember that at all. And they're like, oh, yeah, it was so great because then I'm like, okay. So now, me being a parent, now I get that. Now I'm like, yeah,
yeah.
we should go do this stuff because even if they don't remember it, no, we do have those memories.
Mm-hmm.
But now, flying Caitlin, we're like, we got to get like these real IDs and these passports. And I'm like, let's just drive.
Yep. I definitely agree that. I think certain trips are worth the money to spend on and, have them at least for, our memories that we get to
Yeah,
see them going to those places or even like um, different cultures that they get to experience, even though they're like just learning about them. It kind of helps, I believe, because I went on a mission trip when I was younger down to Mexico when it was the Children of the Dump, and that trip, I was probably, I want to say, in middle school. That stuck with me for however many years later now, and that like realizing kids that are less fortunate that are actually living shack houses in a dump and they're running to be the first ones there to
yeah,
help unload so they can get that food or whatever is coming out of those things. Like that stuck with me. So it definitely, I think it helps impact and gives, a different perspective on life.
yeah. I'm gonna make my kids do that.
Live at a dump or go down there.
No, shoot. At this point, I might make them live there for a while. It's. I know it's my fault, especially the girls. I know it's my fault. They are so spoiled.
Yeah.
And I know it's my, especially with the girls, because, Jolene does this thing now where if she wants something, she'll say please, but she'll look at me and she'll go, please. I'm like, oh, God, what did your mother do to you?
She knows how to pull your strings.
Because she told her, I remember Caitlin goes, I told her no. I said, no, you can't have any candy or something like that. And Caitlin goes, go up to dad and go, pretty please, daddy. And so now she does that. And I'm like, let me just pull my wallet out real quick.
Man.
And I was like, I had something to say. And I'm like, it just kind of just
Oh,
gone.
man.
I don't know, I like the cheap vacations because For one, I mean, they're easier on the wallet,
Yeah.
but my kids are at an age where they don't care. They don't care how expensive it is. So
Yeah.
they're
They
like, we're
don't
doing
know
something.
the
We're
difference.
Yeah, they're like, we're doing something, as a family. So yeah, let's go do it. And I'm like, all right, I don't have to spend any money on this. Cool.
Awesome. Yeah, it's like I want to say like a year or two ago, probably 2 years ago now, we had a mud fight in our backyard. Best thing ever. Just
Yeah.
let's go roll around and play in the mud and throw it at each other.
Yeah. See, that's what we were talking about fairly recently, me and Caitlin, because she wants to go to California to do specifically to go to the Radiator Springs.
Yeah, it's awesome.
And
I'll say
and
that.
I'm like, I kind of want to do it because boy, when he was little, he loved cars. Especially, his favorite one was the Pace car.
Yeah,
His name is Charlie Checker,
that's awesome.
and Boyd loved Charlie Checker. That was his jam. So we were kind of debating talking about going to California, but man, it's so expensive just to get
Mm-hmm.
in there, and she's like, well, my dad's old and he's having some health problems. I kind of want to go out to Minnesota again and spend some time with him. And I'm like, well, I personally, as a guy who enjoys the outdoors, I would say Minnesota every time.
Mm-hmm.
But I know also going to the Radiator Springs, doing Star Wars, all that stuff. I know that is one thing that Boyd especially would. I know they really enjoy that. And I know going to Disneyland, Penelope loves princesses.
Mm-hmm.
And so I know going there and seeing all the Disney princess stuff, I think she would really like that too. But at the same time, it's like, your dad, he's had a couple, health scares recently. So I'm like, what's, what's more important?
What's one more year waiting for another year to go down to Disneyland versus spending time with family?
Exactly.
Yep.
And so plus, we go out there, free room and board at the cabin
Yeah.
versus getting a hotel in California
Yep.
close to Disney. Like that's how much is that going to cost?
Yeah. Funny you were talking about that. I just watched this video on California Disney versus going to Japan Disney, and going to Japan Disney is $200 cheaper.
Yeah, I saw that. I was like, plus you're in Japan. Cool.
Mm-hmm. Culture, you get to see all the different things, and yeah, it would be a different experience, right? Like going
Oh,
over
for
there and
sure.
seeing everything. It would almost like cheap versus expensive, right? It would almost be worth it to go over to Japan versus, staying in the United States, because then you get to experience and see a whole different side that
Yeah,
you
for sure.
normally would never see,
Yeah, you'd never see that here.
minus your airplane flight scare.
Yeah, and yeah, it's like a 20-hour flight or something there too. I'd be in panic mode the whole time.
Yeah. What would your perfect trip be?
Alone.
Hit the
No.
road and go.
Yeah, you know what? Hey, I might not come back. No, my thing is anytime we do go on a trip or vacation, my stipulation is if there's fishing, I am going. I can go by myself. I can bring Boyd. I can bring everybody. But if there's fishing, I am going fishing. And so that's how it's all. When we went to Minnesota, when we go to Seabrook, every time, like if I can, that's my trip. Is I
Yeah.
get to go fishing at least just for a little bit. I get to go fishing. And now Boyd always wants to go too. I'm taking him fishing this weekend
Oh, nice.
and because he wants to go all the time too. So I'm like, oh, that's sweet. So yeah, he's my little fishing buddy now. The girls like to go too, but they're kind of
Mm-hmm.
like if we go, great. If not, whatever.
No, I'm not hurting over it.
Yeah, Boyd is like, if I go by myself, Boyd is like, why didn't you take me?
Yeah.
I'm like, I wanted to go by myself this time. He's like, no, why didn't you take me? And so I was gonna take him last weekend, but they were having problems with their fishing license issuing
Oh man, the
system.
whole debacle that's going on with that right
Yeah,
now. Yep.
Yeah, I went to three different places and they were like, "Yeah, no, we can't do fishing license right now. The whole system's messed up." So I was like, "Great."
Yeah.
I was gonna go Saturday morning. So I was gonna go Saturday morning. So I was like Friday afternoon. I'm like rushing around. I'm like Fred Meyer, Walmart, and, Work Sport and Outdoors. They're all like, "Yeah, we can't. There's nothing we can do. The system's down." I was
Yeah.
like, ah. So I didn't get to go
Well,
last weekend.
and you heard they're switching, right,
Yeah.
to the cell phone
Hmm.
fishing license, and they randomly polled people to start that, and
Yeah.
some people
Yeah.
were getting super upset that they couldn't have a physical license.
I read that. I was reading. I read a post from Bob's actually where they were talking about
Yep.
He's like, you don't need to yell at our employees or start throwing stuff. It's not their fault. Even when I went a couple days ago to Fred Meyer and got mine. The lady asked, she's like, well, do you want a paper one or do you want a mobile one? I was like, well, I want a paper one. And she was like, everybody that I've asked has said paper. She's like, I don't think these are very popular. I'm like, people don't like change.
Well, and the problem with it is if you have the mobile one on your app and you can't pull it up on your phone, they can ticket you.
Yeah, I was like, okay, well, I'm in the middle of the lake. I have no service out here. The app won't load.
That's a big problem with that people have because it's like, well, if I can't pull it up on my phone, how am I supposed to show you?
Yeah. I
Oh,
wonder
there's
if
a
it would
ticket.
work. I wonder if it would work if you screenshotted it and just had it in your pictures, maybe.
Maybe, I don't
I
know.
wonder if that would be enough. I don't know. I just said it. I got the option of getting a paper one or a mobile one, so I was like, I want the paper one. I want the physical
Yeah,
one because I've got a little, waterproof little phone protector that I throw all my licenses in.
yeah,
So I'm like, hey, I got this little box, so that's where I want my license in there.
yeah. I don't know what my perfect trip would be because I can do by myself or just go out with the family. I really enjoy going out and making memories with my boys and my wife. I think that's probably would be my perfect trip would be out with them anywhere doing anything as long as we're together as a family
Yeah,
doing it.
for sure. For sure. Yeah, we're kind of the same. That's kind of why we were talking about if we want to go to like California or not, because it's like they're gonna Jolene might not remember it, but I know Boyd and Penelope would. And
Yeah.
so you have those memories, and I mean, everything has a camera on it, so you can take plenty of pictures, and I take pictures and video of pretty much everything,
Yeah.
so we
I
do.
know we're going to Disneyland later this year, so
Oh, nice.
that'll be fun. We're doing a two for one deal though. We got a
Oh,
wedding to
really?
go to, so we're doing Disneyland and a wedding.
Okay. I got a wedding to go to, and I think like 100 days or something like that. My cousin's getting married. I said, "Hey, man, don't do it." But no one listens to me. Yeah,
Hey, I listen to you sometimes.
yeah. It's funny because they got like this kind of cowboy thing going on, and so I'm
Nice.
like, "Hey, can I come wearing a bolo tie? Because I always want an excuse to put on a bolo tie." And
Yeah.
Caitlin was always like, "No, that's the ugliest thing ever. Don't wear that." I'm like, try stop me.
Yeah.
I'm doing it this time. I'm rocking. I'm gonna get a fresh hat, fresh
Nice.
bolo tie, some nice pressed Wranglers. I'm gonna be set.
Oh, that's awesome.
So I don't know what the hell you guys are wearing, but I'm looking good.
Nice. That'll be awesome. I'll be waiting for some pictures.
And hopefully my mustache will be back by then.
Oh, it should be 100 days. Yeah,
And it takes
definitely.
a long time to grow for me. I'm not a facial hair grower very well.
I mean, it took me a really long time to get this, so
Yeah. Yeah, I when Caitlin was working in California, I stopped shaving for a couple months, and it got this long maybe.
yeah.
So I'm like, I guess I'm just not meant to have a big Duck Dynasty beard.
Well, and it makes me wonder sometimes how long they've been growing theirs out or like not cutting it at all. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah, honestly,
Oh,
what's really funny is something came up on, it was an ad for, I guess, some new show that one of the brothers are doing, and I'm like, I wonder what all these people are up to now because they were huge at the height of that show.
mm-hmm.
They were everywhere. And now I'm like, I haven't seen their faces. Where are they? What are they doing now?
Yeah. They're doing all sorts of different things. And the crazy thing that a lot of people don't know is that they all have college degrees. Like
Yeah.
crazy college degrees.
I'm
And
pretty
it's
sure they
just
all have
like,
like business degrees or something.
mm-hmm.
So
It's
yeah.
crazy.
Well, yeah, because it was on Disney Plus. They have it on Disney Plus right now.
Okay.
And so I was just kind of scrolling through and I saw it and I was like, man, this show was insanely popular. And now I don't see these guys anywhere anymore.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't, yeah, I see, well, I see their stuff because I follow them on social media. So I see their stuff pop
Okay,
up and
yeah.
come through a lot. Ooh.
Okay. All right, rapid fire. Let's do it. Ooh,
Family to the beach, solo to the mountain.
there you go. I like that.
Relaxing versus activities.
Ooh, I gotta go with activities. We like getting the kids out and doing stuff.
See, my ADHD won't let me relax.
Yeah,
So I'm all activities. I'm always like, let's go. Like I can't stop moving, fidgeting, doing different
yeah.
things.
Caitlin's the same way. If she's at home, she'll work all day and then come home and she'll sit down and just be like, I gotta do something. There's something that can be done. So like we went and we redid our whole garden the other day. And we ordered some flowers from you guys.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah, you're gonna be getting some flowers. You're probably gonna get some extras thrown in
Nice.
there.
Caitlin will be happy about that. Where she was looking today and she saw that your wife had posted, take 30% off. And she's like, I could have waited a couple of days and got 30% off instead of just 15 because she found a couple more that she liked. I was like, oh, we can just order more. It's not a big deal.
Well, I mean, you could. Did she order more?
No, not.
Oh, well, just text me the list.
All
Text me the couple she wants, and we'll just hook you guys up because we were already planning
Nice.
on doing that. So,
All right, on.
yeah. Plan everything or wing it.
Ooh, Caitlin's a wing it person. I'm a planner.
Yeah.
I gotta at least have some kind of itinerary before we go out and do something. Caitlin's like, well, just we'll figure it out as we go.
So, like, planned out to a T or like just a general
No,
idea?
no, just kind of a general, except for eating. I like to have their meals at the same time every day, and I don't know why, because they don't really care.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm like, on the weekend is at this time, during the week it's this time, lunch is this time, dinner is this time, and it stays like that. And we will be out, and I'm like, and she's like, oh hey, well we're already out here. Let's go to this other place. I'm like, it's 12:05. Lunchtime started 5 minutes ago, and the kids are like, they were like, what? We don't care. I'm like, we should stop and get something to eat. 12:06. We're 6 minutes past lunchtime. Can we? Let's do this. But then other stuff, it's like I like to have at least kind of some sort of plan of action. But yeah, it doesn't have to be like perfectly laid out. Galen's
Yeah.
a good player. She's like, oh, whatever happens, happens. Let's just go for it. I'm like, are you mad?
Oh man, yeah. And I'm such a wing it person, and I've worn Ashley down on that. But she likes a general kind of like census of what's going on, what we're going to be doing, where we're going, what stops we're going to be making. And I'm kind of just like, well, we can go here or there, or we can go over here, or we can go to this spot and then that
Yeah.
spot. So I'm winging it, but I'm like throwing this like multiple different options of what we could do.
Yeah. It's really funny too because Caitlin's kind of the same way, except for with food. Is if we're out and I'm like, hey, we got to get lunch. The kids are hungry. We got to get lunch, and she's like, well, where do you want to go? And I'm like, I don't know, just pick something. She's like, no, you pick. And I'm like, well, we could go either here or we could go here. She's like, well, whatever one do you want? I'm like, you're here too. You eat too. You should have at least some kind of say. And she's like, well, I don't really care. And I'm like, okay, well, let's just go to McDonald's real quick. And she's like, you do care. I knew it.
The debate that will continue till the end of time.
God, I mean, there's been times when I'm like, divorce is imminent because of figuring out what to eat.
Yeah. So if you had to fly on a plane, would you rather have an early flight or a late flight?
Ooh, early flight. I just want to get it done.
Yeah. I like early flights if they're available. Always have an early flight because then once you get in, you have the whole rest of your day
Yep.
to, either get settled in at the hotel and then go to the pool or, kind of just relax and get, back into a rhythm after the flight.
Yep. We went so when I found out I'm really bad on planes, it was a late flight. So I was thinking about it all day.
Man.
And I'm like, and I don't know what it is. Like, I don't know what it is about planes. I don't this the second that door closed, that whole cockpit just went or the whole plane just was like it felt tiny. I couldn't breathe. I was like I looked at the window and I felt like the window was this big. And I don't, and I looked at Kayla. I was like, I don't know if I don't know if I can be here. And she was like, are you okay? I'm like, when somebody starts panicking and having a panic attack, continually asking, are you okay?
Does not
It
help.
doesn't help whatsoever. And so yeah, I was like, I don't know. I was like, I'm okay. I'm fine. Let me just get a couple drinks in me. And we're in first class, so they immediately brought out drinks, and I was like, okay, I'm cool. I'm fine. I'm fine. But then the one of the guys came in. He was like, hey, we can tell you're not fine. And I was like, no, I'm good. I was like, I'm good, dude. Let's just go. And he's like, no, we gotta get you off of here. I was like,
Dang.
and so I guess he came out and talked to me. He was like, yeah. He's like, well, we can't take off if we can tell you're in some kind of stress because if we get up there, we have to make an emergency landing. And that's gonna ruin everybody's day. Or just get off, give you your money back, pay you back for the ticket,
Yeah.
and then we don't have to do that. And I was like, okay. And then I got really, really sick and threw up in the bathroom for like 10 minutes.
Shoot.
And so I was like, you know what? Flying's just not for me, I guess. I don't know.
Well, I'm glad that they helped you out on that portion of it.
I think I just got to be just like a claustrophobic kind of thing or something. I don't know.
Yeah, you just need to Get your doctor to prescribe you something to help you chill out.
I know a lot of people are like, dude, why don't you just take muscle relaxers or something? I was like, man, I don't know. I didn't realize, I didn't think I'd be having this big of a problem because I've flown before when I was little.
Yeah,
You know, we flew to Florida, and I think my dad, when I was really little, my dad won like two tickets, and he's like, well, I don't really need to go anywhere, so he just took me and we flew like to Portland or something and back just to have the
just to
experience, you know?
just to do it. Yeah.
Yeah, and I was like, yeah, I was like, I don't know, I don't know what happened. I was like, I think I just got claustrophobic and had a panic attack or something. I called people, yeah, they're like, why don't you just get muscle relaxers or something? I was like, I don't know, I was trying to get drunk. I was
You,
like, we
should have
stopped at
been
the
drinking at the
bar.
bar before you got on the plane.
That's what I said. I was like, dude, I need to get a couple drinks in me before because I was already kind of nervous. But she wanted to wait for her dad and her brothers to ever kind of get together. So I'm like, this is time that I could be pounding shots. All right. So we finally went. I had like one mixed drink at the bar, and then when we first got on the plane, I drank like a Jack and Coke, and I was like, I'll relax. I'm fine. It's not a big deal. But I get turned to the guy. I was like, nah, dude, let's just beat out the middleman here. You can go. And I was like, oh, all right, I guess let's whatever. And so yeah, so they flew out. They went out to that time. They went to Minnesota for it was for her mom's funeral, and so she went out there and she went out there. They do funerals a little differently out there. They did theirs at the bar, and so I was working nights at the time, and it was like 10 or 11 o'clock at night, which means it was like 1 o'clock over there, midnight, something like that. And I just got a text of just gibberish, and I was like, "What? What?" I was like, "What are you talking about?" And she's like, and she said something about there's a dog, and we found the dog's owner, and I was like, "What dog?" It turns out they went into the funeral, went to the bar. This was in December in Minnesota, so it was like negative 10 degrees outside. She went outside, found a dog, didn't know who the owner was. Somebody stopped and was like, hey, do you need help? And she's like, I don't fucking know you. And kept walking. Her younger brother got so drunk that he couldn't remember what house they were staying in.
Oh no.
And so he opened the door and went into somebody else's house who they were awake and and they just kind of looked at him and he's like, wrong house. And like when I'm like, you realize this is rural Minnesota. Like
Oh
you could have
man.
died.
Yeah.
And so yeah, it was crazy. It was pretty crazy. And then yeah, when we went out there to spread her mom's ashes out at her river, whatever that she grew up at, and stuff like that. And then her dad spread some where he grew up,
Nice.
and it was yeah, it was sad, but it was also that part wasn't fun,
Yeah.
but the rest of it was. I got a
Nice.
really bad sunburn.
Memories. That's what it's about.
Yeah, and now with now having kids, now it's like, let's just go do stuff, so that way they at least have the experience.
Yeah.
And turns out they love being out in the woodsy areas and stuff like that. So
Awesome. Well, that's it. What
this was a
actually
long one.
makes, yeah, it was. We'll leave you with this. What actually makes a vacation worth it now to you? Let us know in the comments. And yeah,
Could be anything.
yep,
Give us
anything.
something weird. We want some weird answers. Give us some weird ones. My week, so the rest of my week is looking pretty slow. So I want some weird stuff to read.
Give him some entertainment.
Yeah, make me feel a little more normal. Yeah.